Alampur is considered as the western gateway of Srisailam. Here the marvelous temple and remains of some ancient temples signify Badami Chalukyan architecture. The region was ruled by many South Indian dynasties. The principal deities at the Jogulamba temple are Jogulamba and Balabrahmeshwar. Places to visit at Alampur are 1. Sri Jogulamba temple, 2. Nava Brahma temple, 3. Archaeology museum, 4. Sangameshwara temple, 5. Papnasi temples, 6. Riverside, Tungabhadra Jogulamba temple. Alampur is a sleepy town situated in the banks of Tungabhadra River, in the state of Telangana. Alampur is also the meeting point of the sacred rivers, Tungabhadra and Krishna, and is also referred to as Dakshin Kashi. Alampur is one of the ancient towns in the Deccan plateau and is mentioned as Halmapura, Hathampura, Anupuram in the manuscript of various kings and as Hemripuram in Stalpurana. The famous Jogulamba temple was built in the 7th century near the Brahmeshwara temple but was demolished by Muslim invaders in the 14th century. The villagers somehow saved goddess Jogulamba's idol in the Brahmeshwara temple and kept offering her prayers to save temples from getting demolished. Harihara Relu, the king of Vijayendra Empire, had sent his son Dev Relu to capture Alampur from foreign invasion, which was done in 1390. It was only in the 21st century that the Jogulamba temple was rebuilt in the same place and the original idol installed here. After the defeat of the Kakatiya dynasty, Muslim saints and Pahalwans had come to propagate Islam in this region. One of them was Shah Ali Pahalwan, who came along with his followers to Kurnool. After coming to know about the greatness of the temples in Alampur, he decided to demolish them. Goddess Jogulamba is considered the 5th Shaktipeeta among 18 Shaktipeetas in the country. There was a great king called Daksh Prajapati, who was also a son of Lord Brahma. He had 27 daughters and Sati Devi was one among them. Sati Devi got married to her long-term love, Lord Shiva. When Daksh entered the yajna performed by Agni, everyone except Lord Shiva, his son-in-law, stood up as a mark of respect. But Lord Shiva refused to do that. Daksh felt insulted. Later, when Daksha conducted the yajna by himself, he did not invite his daughter and his son-in-law. Though Sati felt bad because of the non-admission, she wanted to attend the yajna against the wish of her husband, Lord Shiva. When Sati attended the yajna, nobody had cared for her, and she felt it's been tortured. Though she was controlling her feelings, her father was continuously abusing her husband, that is Lord Shiva. She gets really very annoyed and she creates a fire and gets into the fire and tries to end her life. This sacrifice by herself at the place of yajna by creating an fire from the earth with her right thumb of her foot has created a huge loss. Later, Shiva went to the spot and taken the body of Sati from the fire and started dancing with it continuously days and nights. He did not stop. The world was terrorized from this Tandav Nritya. This is also called as Tandav. Then later on, Vishnu used his Sudarshan Chakra and completely cut the Sati's body into pieces to stop the Tandav of Lord Shiva. These body parts have fallen at various places in India across Sri Lanka. Wherever these parts have fallen, Those places are addressed as Shaktipeta. Especially in this temple where the Sati's upper jaw with teeth have said to have fallen. Here, goddess Jogulamba is seen seated on the coats with scorpion, frog and lizard on the head. She is seen in a naked avatar with her tongue stretched outside. An avatar of fierce goddess that grants siddhi in yoga and hence called Jogulamba. The temple has been reconstructed after 615 years, timings 8 am to 1 pm, 3 pm to 8 pm to Nava Brahma Temple, at a distance of 1 kilometer from Alampur bus station. Bala Brahma Temple or Bala Brahmeshwara Temple near Jogulamba Temple is the largest and most striking temple of the Navabrahma group of temples. This is the only temple where majority of the sculptures are found in good shape. Built in 7th century by Chalukya ruler Pulkeshi II, the temple had several additions during Vikramaditya period in 755 AD. Constructed in Nagara style, their temple has large pillared veranda on all sides for outer pradakshinas. The temple has large Mukha Mandapa, Mahamandapa and sanctum with circumambulatory path for inner pradakshinas. The Shivalinga in this shrine is seen in the shape of a bull's footprint. The outer veranda has large figures of Yam with Chitragupta, Kuber and Surya. Several sculptures from this temple are placed in the museum. This is active temple with regular pujas. There is a small shrine where goddess Jogulamba statue was placed for 6 centuries before the new temple was built in 2005. Navagrahas are installed on the southern side of the sanctum. The corners of the roof on outside have large Nandi statues. There are several other sub-shrines around this temple housing Sanishwara, Sesara Lingeshwara, Jambukeshwara, Natraja, Mahishasura Mardhini, Moksheshwara, etc. There is a large stone slab with inscriptions from 7th century. Also, there is a pillar on northern side of the temple with old inscriptions. They are the Swarga Brahma Temple, Padma Brahma Temple, Vishwa Brahma Temple, Arka Brahma Temple, Bala Brahma Temple, Garuda Brahma Temple, Kumara Brahma Temple and Tharaka Brahma Temple. It is also said that Brahma had performed great penance at today's Alampur for thousands of years, and he pleased Lord Shiva who conferred the powers of creation for him. Hence, the deity is also called Brahmeshwara and the goddess as Yogini or Jogulamba. A synonym for Mother Parvati. Timings 8 am to 1 pm, 3 pm to 8 pm. 3. Archaeology Museum at a distance of 1 kilometer from Alampur bus station. Archaeology Museum situated at the entrance of the Bala Brahma Temple complex houses wonderful collection of sculptures and inscriptions recovered from the Navabrahma temples and surroundings of Alampur. Started in 1953 by then Vice President of India Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the museum consists of 188 sculptures and 2 inscriptions. These artifacts are dated between 6th and 16th centuries. The museum is a large hall with an open-air section at the center and a small enclosure towards the eastern side. All the artifacts are spread across the hall. The Surya sculpture, one of the Nataraja figures along with a Mahishasura Mardhini, is the highlight of the museum. The Surya sculpture has participated and won several awards in International Art Exhibition in Germany in 1984. There are several inscriptions on the pillars of the temple. Also, there is a pillar near Nandi Mandapa with inscriptions, timings 8 am to 6 pm. 4. Sangameshwara Temple. It was built in 6th century. It is a living temple and made by legendary Chalukyas. To save this amazing temples from hydro project, ASI has rebuilt in its present location in 1990 at a distance of 1 kilometer from Alampur bus station. Kudala Sangameshwara Temple is the most magnificent of the temples at Alampur. It was built in 740 AD by Chalukya ruler Pulkeshi II. The temple was originally located at the point where Tungabhadra and Krishna rivers were merged, 10 kilometers away from the current site. The temple was dismantled and built exactly rock to rock in the current site in 1979, as the original site was getting submerged due to the construction of Srishalam Dam. The Sangameshwara temple is a wonderful structure with beautiful carvings on all corners. Built in Nagara style, the temple is built on an elevated platform with fortified wall around the temple. The temple has got large hall with 12 pillars followed by the sanctum. There is a circumambulatory path around the sanctum for pradakshinas. The ceiling has a large relief of Nagaraja, as seen in other Chalukya temples. Timings 8 am to 6 pm. Papnasi temples, it is 2 kilometers from Alampur. The main shrine is called Papnaseshwara and was built by Chalukyas in 6th century. A group of 24 temples were built between 6th and 10th centuries. It is a hidden gem for sure. Papanaseshwara Lingam is green in color, morning 5 am to 12:30 pm, evening 4 pm to 8 pm. 6. Riverside, Tungabhadra. It is meeting point of the rivers Tungabhadra and Krishna. It is referred to as Dakshin Kashi. Alampur is one of the famous places to visit near Hyderabad. At a distance of 218 kilometers from Hyderabad, 22 kilometers from Kurnool, 126 kilometers from Mahbubnagar, 200 kilometers from Srishalam, place to stay.